Welcome, team. Good to have you on board. And gee whiz, haven't Pakistan ran into a freight train here in New Zealand? They really struggled a few nights back at Eden Park, where I felt like there's a great opportunity for them to go 1-0 up in the series. Totally different side New Zealand produced for game 2 down at Hamilton tonight, with the skipper Kane Williamson back, Trent Boult back, Tim Southee back, Kyle Jamieson back. So some heavy artillery into that New Zealand team, and they certainly arrived with all their might. And look, Pakistan were on the back foot from the get-go, really. Again, losing top wickets at the top of the order. Tim Southee, the experience of Tim Southee coming in, asking the batter to hit his good ball for 4 or 6, and they weren't able to do that. Ali, Shafiq heading back to the hut early doors. And the wicket I loved the most of Tim Southee was certainly against Rizwan, where he went wide of the crease, used his swing and produced the nick, which went through to Tim Seifert. The experienced campaigner, the player who we all love to watch around the world, Mohammad Hafiz, he tried to play his hand. Again, in that first innings where Shadab Khan got the runs, there was no support structures around Shadab Khan in that innings. Very similar with Mohammad Hafiz today. He got 99, dropped on 45 by Conway in the deep, and that could have been proved really nasty for New Zealand, but they sort of able to pull it back around Mohammad Hafiz, to be fair. And he ended up on 99 off 57 deliveries. Superb knock by the star all-rounder, and Pakistan ended up getting 163. It was never really going to be enough at that park. It was a really flat surface, really great for batting, short boundaries, and it always needs a high-scoring game at Hamilton. You need 195 around that mark to be competitive. If you don't get that, well, you need early wickets, and Pakistan weren't able to do that again. Tim Seifert, 57 in the first game at Eden Park. He's backed that up with an 84, and tonight he just played like he had been playing international cricket for about 5 or 6 seasons. He's still like a fringe player. He's come in and got an opportunity this season to show what he's got, and geez, he is making every post a winner. Wahab Riaz, fantastic bowler on the world stage for the last 10 seasons. Tim Seifert toyed with him tonight in one particular over, and he's obviously a player with a lot of confidence at the moment, Tim Seifert, and he got 84. In return, Kane Williamson, the skipper of New Zealand, and like we all know how classy he is. He is Babar Azam for Pakistan. Well, Pakistan are missing Babar Azam. Another player they're also missing at the top of the order is Fakhar Zaman, who didn't make the plane out to New Zealand because he's a very dynamic opening batter as well. So Kane Williamson comes into the fold for New Zealand. He produces a 57. He's just all class. Recently had his first child last week. It's another bit of information for you to have. So he's now a father, and his first bat as a father, he picked up 57. So and New Zealand won comfortably in the end with about 4 balls to spare, I think it is. They go 2-0 up in the series. They now move further down the North Island to Napier. Very flat batting surface there as well. And look, this trip can get very nasty for Pakistan unless they start showing some real fight in the series, because I said at the start of this clip, they have entered a freight train here with this New Zealand cricket team. Having had that series against the West Indies, they've got players in form who are conditioned to play in international cricket. Pakistan had that long period of time in isolation. Yes, they came from the PSL. There's some bits and pieces cricket before that, but they really have run into a brick wall here, and they need to turn this around fast, and they need their senior players to do it. They need their fast bowlers to step up. So I certainly believe those fast bowlers are quality bowlers of the future, and they need to make their mark in this series. Right, so 2-0 up for New Zealand. Let's go across the ditch. Australia versus India, and well, talk about freight trains. Well, India have ran into one there with Australia. Please note how hard it is for international teams to win matches and win series outside of their home country. There's certainly been a trend in the last 4 or 5 years. It's very difficult to win overseas, and we see that in Australia time after time. And India, they're a very good team. They got classy individuals. So they've gone for the first test. They're halfway through the match. They're ahead. They're about a 50-run lead. A 50-run lead, and then all out for 36. Josh Hazlewood, 5 for 8. Unbelievable figures. He bowled nice and full. Ball just did a touch, found the edge. All the edges went to hand, slipped and dropped the catches. 5 for 8. The rest is history. But who set that up? Who set up the 5 for 8? Pat Cummins with his 4. But he ended up Pat Cummins 4 for 21. How good is that? He is a quality bowler of some sort over the last 3 or 4 years. and he set the stage, and the actor came in with Josh Hazelwood and topped it off with 5 for 8. So a very commanding win. India, they lose their best batter now leading into the Boxing Day test at Melbourne. He's gone. He's returning home, Virat Kohli. So he's been such the pillar for India over the last 10 years. Well, now he disappears. Who's going to step up? They need those experienced players to step up at the top of the order, but who's going to replace him? I hope Shubman Gill gets a go because I think he is a player of the future. The way we talk about Babar Azam, Joe Root, Kane Williamson, Steve Smith, and Virat Kohli now, I feel we're going to be talking about Shubman Gill in that frame in 4 to 5 years' time, because I think he is one of the classiest players that's going to enter into international cricket. And I hope he gets his go in this next test over in Australia for the Boxing Day test for India versus Australia. So that's me for now. Some couple of cracking games of cricket, and it's got so much more cricket to come down in this part of the world that we're all looking forward to. So we'll catch up. Until next time.